Teresa, good morning, everyone, and well done on showing up on the Tuesday after the Easter weekend. Hope you all had a great one. But what better way to kickstart a short week than talking about TikTok and selling TikTok in radio? TikTok is a phenomenon, and it is showing no signs of slowing. We all know that governments across the world have been banning TikTok on devices across Europe, across the US, and that is causing a little bit of nervousness among public sector clients who you will have on the books, and we'll talk about a little bit later. But in terms of the commercial opportunity and where people are spending their advertising dollars, the numbers don't lie, and we'll have a look at the numbers. And oftentimes when there's a new shiny social media platform or a feature, we can all get distracted and we wonder whether it's a short-term hype or the curve is going to be long-term. And I did watch TikTok in the early days of the pandemic and wondered that myself. However, there's no doubt that with TikTok captivating audiences and winning the attention battle across social media in the age of overwhelm, that you all have to react. So let's kind of have a think about how TikTok is being used in your station or in your agency, or how you're leveraging it. So maybe go into chat and first of all, give me your stations or your organization's TikTok account, because we'll have a look at them throughout the session as well. So go ahead and put your TikTok handle into chat, and then we'll have a bit of a discussion around how you're currently leveraging it, or if you're selling it as a creative digital product in radio. Okay, so it's just iRadio, Kate? You got all the brand.
It's either iRadio or this is iRadio. It's one or the other. I'm sure you're honest, Joanne.
Yeah, I am. So everyone else, go ahead and put your TikTok handle in chat. So we'll have a look at them. Yeah, we don't have one, but here how we can implement it absolutely across stations. Highland Radio, good. Midlands 103, fantastic. Okay, so let's unmute and let's have a conversation. Who is currently selling TikTok as a creative digital product in the Zoom room?
We're selling it as part of our outside broadcast option and our social reporter and our iTeamUr team. So there is a social campaign as part of that, and TikTok is now falling into that, that we're repurposing activity that would have ran on Insta Reels, put onto TikTok. But I'm finding now, it's funny because, you know, previously clients would just be looking for Instagram, and now they're looking for TikTok, and they're looking to see how it's performed on TikTok as well. It may be the same content, and we may have actually just taken it on TikTok and then run it on Reels. So it's kind of turned it around a little bit. But you know, with regard to specific TikTok campaigns, we're definitely looking at that to try and come up with some options that will work TikTok only.
Yeah, and that's a good approach, guys. The 4-for-1 advantage that I call it, that we've got Facebook Reels, Insta Reels, YouTube Shorts, and TikTok. Take advantage for sure and do that analytical comparison on how they perform. But the TikTok only content and the TikTok only creative is really, really important, because TikTok will almost understand that it was designed for TikTok because you have their features in mind, and we'll have a look at those. And it's interesting, Kate, that now the client is asking for it.
Yeah, I actually had an outside broadcast only on Thursday, and I had a conversation with him on Friday, and he mentioned TikTok. He was like, we were so impressed that you did the TikTok content as well. and that the presenters then are so invested in it that they ran their stuff on their TikTok that was like supportive of the activity that was done itself. So he not only got the activity, I suppose, on iRadio's platform, but he also got it from the presenters that he was leaning into while they were there. So again, it was just getting more content out there. And it was lovely to hear him say it back to me, as opposed to me pushing it, saying, "Did you see the TikTok?"
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Great. Anybody else then? Highland Radio, what's happening there with TikTok? I follow it also, but you guys tell me.
Excuse me. Well, I suppose we're kind of using it for, likewise, if we go on an outside broadcast, we would do a video, and we're using it bits and pieces as well for news. So something that might be to do with maybe a news story, maybe something maybe with like driver numbers or something like that. There, we might do maybe a piece on that there, and presenters as well. Like I would use it all the time. Like I was on Friday morning, so I just done a quick TikTok that kind of captioned my whole morning from the minute I got up to the second I got into the hot seat. So we use it for stuff like that, and obviously as well too for sales as well. We would send people out maybe who think like we have different packages here. So if you maybe on air ads as well, you can also have maybe say we'll go out to your business and do like a 20 or maybe not longer than 20 to 30 seconds. So it would be like a 60-second video on your business and what it offers. So we've kind of tapped into that as well.
So does that support an actual ad campaign that they're running as well? That's really interesting.
Yeah, well, I don't directly actually work in sales, but we would have different packages. So some people would get that and some people wouldn't. So I think it kind of just depends on, we do digital only packages as well that doesn't coincide with the on air. So I think it kind of just depends on the specific package that the client chooses to go for.
Yeah,
thank you.
Lisa, you're on from Highland as well. Do you have any other insights?
Guys, I'm on with Dublin's FM 104. So
okay, sorry.
No, you're grand. So
it's due to come on.
Oh yeah, I wasn't sure now if it was me or someone else. But yeah, I'm coming from the sales aspect of stuff, so not necessarily the social team here, but similar to the guys, we kind of coincide with the outside broadcast. We do a lot of like our interviews with celebs that we'll post, and then same with kind of presenter stuff. So I'm kind of coming from, how do I sell it to my clients, like that, what are the advantages? I had a meeting this week, or I will have a meeting this week, because it's a small business here in Dublin. It's just a little pizza place, and they went viral on TikTok from one video that they did. So it was like just a funny video on whatever, it was a remake of an old movie or something, and they incorporated that into their pizza shop, and that kind of just blew up, and it was just that one video, which was great. So that's why I'm kind of now working with them to get us involved, like maybe have a presenter do a TikTok with them on something else, or something kind of along those lines. So that's kind of where we're coming from.
Fantastic. Midlands 103, what's happening down there? Sarah? She's gone. Mary Nicole, do you want to tell us about KCLR 96 FM?
Yeah, so our TikTok page is still on its baby stage. We only have like 200 followers, and we're trying to put up as much stuff as we can. So whatever we're putting up on the Instagram reels, we're putting it on TikTok as well. But then we're thinking of ideas of videos that's only for TikTok, like following the trends and all. So yeah, we're not selling it at the moment.
Okay. And that's okay. Not everyone is an early adopter, not everybody is testing, but we're certainly going to learn from everybody else in the room, and we're going to have a look at how radio is using TikTok in today's class. But when we're thinking about sales and advertising, we should really follow the money, okay? And we should always look at the data and the evidence. And so where are people spending their money? So this is the latest core advertising report of 2023. And you can see here how the market is changing from 2020 to 2023. So television, 265 million, cinema, 4.1. We're looking at 2023 here. Look at online media, 860 million. And then radio, 155 million. Print, 74. And then outdoor, out of home, 76. So let's put in perspective where Ireland's advertisers are putting their money, and they are investing heavily in online. So if I'm in radio, I'm thinking to myself, where is my commercial opportunity to grow my business? If I'm capped out at on-air sponsorship, minutage per hour, where's my next opportunity? And it has to be online, because that's where the money is going. However, have a look at the box down here, online video. So for every €100 that's spent in Ireland, €75 of it is going to Meta and to Google. They have mass market share here. But when it comes to online video, it grew by 10% in 2022. It's now at 365 million. So not only is it online media getting the budget, but online video is getting the budget. This is absolutely significant. So when you're speaking to your clients, talk about the advertising industry, where money is going. You're never going to catch up with online from 155 million to 860. But what you can do is you can say online video is growing in prominence, 365 million spent in 2022. We are providing online video as a product. And we're going to discuss today how we can productize online video with TikTok in mind. And I've linked that as well. But let's have a look at TikTok and why it has commercial appeal for your station, but also for your client. It's rocketing up its monthly active users, which is the metric that we look at. 2 million users in Ireland, a 43% gender breakdown. That's phenomenal. If you put it in perspective, Instagram has 2.4 million users. Like, that's nuts. It's come out of nowhere during the COVID era, and it is going nowhere. And the other thing to say is that Meta, so Instagram and Facebook, have reorientated their apps, their news feeds, and their algorithms to actually reflect the TikTokization of social media. YouTube have done it also with the introduction of shorts. And so short form mobile video content is getting our attention. In Ireland, 80% of all users is age 16 to 34. And when I was presenting in Radio Days in Prague 2 weeks ago, the title of my presentation was Engaging a Younger Audience on TikTok. And for radio in Ireland, that's often a big objective. How can we get more young people listening and tuning in? And of course, now it's about not just on FM, but it's on smart speakers, digital audio, and now on social as well. The engagement rates on TikTok just outperform any other social network. If you think about Facebook as a media outlet, you're maybe getting between 0.5% and 1%, which would be excellent. Think about 10 times that on TikTok. On Instagram, maybe you're getting 2 to 3%, maybe up at 4%, but again, 2 to 3 times that on TikTok. Again, it's unrivaled. We're spending almost an hour a day, so that battle for attention is going to TikTok. It is going for TikTok, and the stats don't lie. Another big development in the last 12 months is that TikTok is now a search engine. Google said in October that 40% of 18 to 24-year-olds are now using TikTok as their primary search engine, which means they're not going to Google and they're not going to YouTube, which are the world's largest search engines. And news agencies and radio and media are ramping up TikTok use. The BBC earned 1 million new TikTok followers in 12 months up until March 2023. and they hired 4 TikTok journalists. So TikTok as a way to communicate in short form journalism is really current, and it's becoming mainstream. And one of the other big things that I learned at Radio Days, and I'd never actually heard this phrase before, but I heard it through a number of presentations, and particularly from a station in Denmark. I think it's called, was it NLS or NLR? And they're trying to engage more young people in news, because news avoidance is a new trend. So people deliberately not listening, not watching, unsubscribing from news. And so what they've come up with is called constructive journalism. And what constructive journalism means, don't just tell us what's happening, tell us why, and give us more explainers, do Q&As, and really break the news down into super accessible language and knowledge. I mean, you could argue that radio does that anyway, because a news story is like 3 sentences, but you're showing us pictures and video, you're telling us different arguments, different perspectives, and not just handing us the news straight. And then people can also engage with the news. So TikTok is mainstream, guys. And for those of you on the call, whether you're in sales, whether you're, leading in management, whether you're coordinating, whether you're presenting, you now have a responsibility to go back and take this information, and with the slides, and you have the recording, and influence up within your station, and also to educate your clients as well. And as Kate said, clients are now raising it. They now want TikTok. So why should your clients actually buy TikTok from you? Apart from the metrics in terms of attention, engagement, reach, we now have a shift in social media. I call it the TikTokization of social media. TikTok has changed all our behavior. All our behavior has changed forever. So the creativity that TikTok provides was unrivaled in the other social networks. The other social networks now copy TikTok. But if you think about it, if you are doing a piece to camera, right? A simple piece to camera, and you're talking about what's one of the biggest stories, the Dalai Lama blew up over the weekend, right? And you're a newsreader and you're just doing a quick piece to camera and saying the Dalai Lama is in the news for all the wrong reasons. He's issued an apology after that video clip went viral. Questions are now being asked of him. So that's a straight piece to camera. But with TikTok, what do you want to do? You want to use their unique features. And actually, they're not that unique anymore because everybody's copied them. But what you would do is you would actually use the green screen effect, and we'll test some of this later, and we would put the actual video clip that has gone viral on the internet behind you as a green screen, and then you as the newsreader doing your constructive journalism would say, here is that video clip that has gone viral, and here's how the world is reacting. So then you'd stop the clip and you'd use the green screen to show news headlines from the BBC, from the Guardian, from the New York Times, from Al Jazeera, and then you'd have a look at maybe what people are saying in comments. So what we're doing is we're leveraging what TikTok gives us in terms of unique features, and not just copying and pasting the same that we might do on other channels. You will be, again, looking at Beat 102, iRadio, Spin, FM 104, Highland are doing really well as well. So those stations that are being early adopters, you will get competitor advantage. Remember, you are competing with the print media, with online media, with TV, with Meta and Google. Not offering TikTok as a creative product means you're going to be on the back foot, and it means you're not going to be relevant. So you really have to step in to the power that TikTok is providing us. And it's absolutely free. Now, let's have a conversation about clients who don't have a TikTok account, because many of them won't have a TikTok account. So how do we get over those objections? And thanks to Michael there, NRK, yeah, a Danish station, surveyed their audience, and 42 to 54% say they actively avoided negative news, driving that news avoidance piece. Thanks for that, Michael. So for those of you in stations, have you come up against clients going, well, we don't have TikTok. Why should we do TikTok with you? And if you haven't, let's discuss it. So let's say you have a client, you're trying to do an upsell to TikTok and they're like, I'm not even on TikTok. I don't know anything about it. Why should I go on? What do we say?
Joanne, I've been in a couple of meetings with clients who don't have it, but they understand the importance of it in terms of the connection, but they themselves don't understand how to platform themselves on it. So it's a case of, suppose, of trying to kind of go, well, if you want the younger audience, you've got to be there. Like, they're not against it, but they just don't comprehend it. They don't know how to market themselves on it.
Yeah.
I agree there as well. I would have that they're not on it and they just want to, you know, they're happy for us to mention them. They're happy for any sort of content. And they're happy to tell you they don't understand it and that they'd love to. But you know, I've actually had nobody say, I don't want it. I don't want you to throw it on TikTok. If anything, it's like, oh, you did TikTok, or can you do the TikTok or whatever. And in fairness, they seem to be very interested to see how it does perform, whether they have it or not. So it's not an it's not an objection to not do it that they don't have it.
Is that they don't understand it?
Fact. And it was the same conversation 5 years ago about Instagram, in fairness.
Yeah. So your first job is an education piece, isn't it? You can take these slides and reuse them and pull whatever you want out, but it's short form mobile video content. It started at 60 seconds, went up to 3 minutes. Now it's offering 10 minutes of content because it's trying to rival YouTube. It's all about the effects, and we'll jump into the app and have a look at them. And it's about the people. It is about people. It's about front facing, telling stories, turning flat content into experiential content. And it's an app. It's exclusively an app. You can't use it on desktop. It's purely an app born of ByteDance, Chinese-owned company, where lip syncing was the whole rage among young people. And then they added trending music, and the dance challenges were born into it. But it's much more serious than just dancing or lip syncing. Anyone else got any insights into what your clients are saying around TikTok, or having an objection to it, apart from, I don't understand it and we don't have an account?
I would think, Joanne, that there will be some blowback because people will see the headlines about government banning TikTok. And again, I don't think that they will understand that it's not a complete ban. They're just saying to officials, don't put it on your government phones. I was listening to a podcast yesterday. Adrian Weckler from the Indo was saying that it's potentially going to happen in the Irish public and civil service, that they're currently debating that. But obviously there's the balance of the 3,000 people employed by TikTok in this country, so they have to tread a very careful line. But I think that, you know, if people see those headlines, TikTok is being banned, they may go, well, then what's the point in advertising on it? So I suppose that's probably a watch out.
Yeah, and it's interesting. So I see a number of government agencies who have this ethical, moral, or privacy data dilemma. And so they either don't have an account, or they've paused their account, or they've put it to bed temporarily. But then they're advertising, or they're collaborating with influencers because they know the attention is over here and they need to be there. So, and as Kate says, it was Instagram 5 years ago. It's TikTok today. It's just another platform that has particular features. So when people are kind of giving us objections, lean into the evidence and to the data. And also what I would say is, write down those tough questions, the objections that you're getting, write them down and plan your responses, because an objection usually comes from a number of places. One, not having the knowledge and not understanding, or two, a place of fear, or three, a personal bias. And a lot of people bring their personal bias to work, which really isn't a good idea. So how is the radio sector leveraging TikTok right now? The social news reporting. So you spoke about the OBs and how when you're out and about at festivals, at events, at a business premises, that social reporting is perfect. Perfect opportunity. It's behind the scenes, it's Q&A, it's interview, it's Vox Pop style, it's behind the scenes, and it's that nice B-roll and interactive content. They're also deliberately using it to win non-FM audiences. So watching a radio station go live on TikTok at the same time that they're on air is a great idea. And I did a social media bootcamp trends class with Learning Waves 2 weeks ago. And within the hour of finishing the class, I can't remember her name, but she was from Beat and she went live on air and live on TikTok. And it was just so simple. And this was the video that I showed everyone. I think, Kate, you were in that class too and you saw this one. So basically it is turn on the studio camera and turn on TikTok at exactly the same time.
Doing this for William and everyone who said that the white one was better. And you can't stop me. So funny. Okay. Tell me something good. Remember, comments, please share your good news with us if you want a shout out on the radio and of course on TikTok. Okay, my goodness me, 5 seconds to go. Okay. Brandy and Zed on Capital with Break Free with KDJ. All right, it's your last installment of Tell Me Something Good for the week. So let's make it a good one. No pressure, Elliot. Oh, he's smashed. Don't worry. Elliot's Tell Me Something Good is that he's going on a 160-kilometer hike in southern Spain over New Year. Elliot, do you know what? That sounds like a lot of work. I'm usually incapable of walking from here to there on New Year. So, you know, nothing but respect, but also I'll be in the pub. There's no point lying to you, Elliot. Honestly, well done you. Right, Rachel has messaged us. Oh, Rachel, you jammy thing, you. Rachel's got tickets to Harry Styles. Hands up if you're in the queue. Rachel, it's going to be amazing. Get your feather boa, get your cowboy boots, and have a wonderful time. And just, I'm going to live through you, Rachel, all right? So lucky, amazing. Right, Daisy's Tell Me Something Good is that she starts college on Monday and she loves KDJ. Daisy, you know how to get noticed in the comments. Just give me a compliment. Fantastic. Amazing. Best of luck at college, Daisy. You are going to smash it. I know that you are. Let's get a tune on for you. This is Calvin Harris, Justin Timberlake, Halsey, and Pharrell on Capital with Stay With Me.
There you go. Turning on the studio camera and turning on TikTok and off you go. So Kate, I know you saw this one before. So I'll omit your comments at the beginning to let the others shout out. What did you notice about this video, this TikTok, this link, on-air link? Just random observations.
It was obviously live.
Yes, absolutely. She was live on air and on TikTok.
It wasn't polished.
Yeah. It wasn't perfect, but it was kind of in the moment. Yeah.
It answers one of my questions, to answer the question I wrote about how do we grow a TikTok channel, because obviously TikTok itself has quite a lot of users, but how does we as a radio station grow it and grow the usership to create an asset? And this is obviously one of the ways to do that.
Yeah. So what she did is she has an on-air feature, and she's bringing that on-air feature to TikTok, and she's speaking to the TikTok audience, and she's actually bringing the TikTok audience to the on-air audience. You want to turn your TikTok followers into listeners. And the question I have for you is, if you're growing a radio station's TikTok following by leveraging on air, are you happy that they're just TikTok followers, or do you want them to be GNLR listeners also?
But they're going to be both, because they're not always going to be on TikTok or the radio. They're going to be, the whole point of a journey of any across digital platform is that you have that person, whether they're on a radio station or not, because if they're in a car, they're going to be listening to the radio. If they're on their mobile, you want them on TikTok. You want the channel to have their notifications on, so any new features or anything coming from the station are being fed into the mobile phone. Whether, and that goes across the board from all platforms. Back in like 20 years ago up to now, Facebook did it at the very beginning to be able to engage with people. Instagram did it, TikTok are doing it now. So it's about how you get people to engage, get them to put their notifications on, so that they become, they feed into the life cycle of the platform.
Anything else that anyone noted? Kate, you can come in now.
I think the beauty of that is, and I know I mentioned it the last time, is just that it's behind the scenes content. It's what people want. They want to feel that they're part of this secret crew or this tribe that that isn't accessible to everybody, because if you're listening to the radio station, you're not seeing this this visual. So I think that's the beauty of that particular piece, is that it's given people on TikTok that little bit more that they're not going to get on another platform. So that's what's going to drive them to actually use it.
Yeah, and you're turning your presenters into creators.
It's personality as well. I think the personality aspect is huge. I think Michael mentioned it there about, how can you drive people, and it is personality. If people like the content, and if we have personalities that are champions for the station, they're going to follow them.
Yeah. So what I want you to think about in terms of developing your TikTok account, but also for clients, is what on-air features do presenters have within your station? You got to look at your linear programming schedule from breakfast to replay or late night. And you have to look and say, what element within every program across our station from morning to night has the potential to feed into that TikTok audience? And you really need to challenge your presenters here. Presenters have stepped up over the years, but if there's not something that lends itself, is it time to think about introducing something new? A side point on that is it could be commercial content. So maybe there's a gap in a show where you could add in a new commercial feature designed for TikTok first. Yeah, so it could be a TikTok only feature that is brought into on air, and we'll brainstorm that with your clients today as well. So really important, turn on the studio camera. You're live anyway, so make sure you're using your presenters as creators. Okay. So let's go on and look at search engine optimization. So I want you to open TikTok, and I'm going to open TikTok on my phone. Okay, so let me. Okay, here we go. So one of the biggest stories this week is going to be President Joe Biden's visit to Ireland, right? I think he touches down tonight. So you can see my phone on screen. So let's go and search. Okay, so go to Discover and go up to search, and let's put in Joe Biden, and look what the first result is. Joe Biden, Ireland. So straight away, we're using it as a search engine. Okay, so let's tap in. Every radio station in Ireland should be talking about this week and doing TikToks on it. because it's a trending story. And scroll down, so you'll get the top videos, okay? But just scroll down, and here is the insight from the TikTok search engine. Joe Biden visit to Ireland, Joe Biden's speech about the Irish. So you get about 12 videos, and then you get other searches. So this is actually what people are inputting into TikTok and the videos they want to watch. Let's go Joe Biden trip to Ireland.
That's weird. That's suspicious. President Biden to visit Ireland.
Now I'm hearing official confirmation from the White House that Joe Biden.
Somebody's stealing RT's video for their TikTok.
I wasn't there. I flirt to them for a minute or two, and then again I could get shell-shocked.
If you will.
It'd be lovely if he came and just, hi Chris, how are you? Imagine that. And I go, how you doing, Joe? And I
A shame they kept their camera and landscape, isn't it? For that, it's a real shame. That's already going to dock you algorithmic points there, you know, because it was created in landscape. But if you think about it, you think about Midwest Radio, LMFM, the Dublin stations, where else is he going this week? Like they should be out just interviewing people and getting the scenes, holding up their mobile and, you know, then doing the SEO in it. So let's have a look.
Tanya, it's great because everyone's out and everyone's got
The SEO in this video. So when we went for a search and we put in Joe Biden Ireland was one of the top searches. So that's your hook, that's your keyword. It's called a long tail keyword. So that is now going to inform all of the optimization of the video. So you're going to have it in the text overlay. You're going to have it down here in the caption. You're going to have it in your hashtags. And you're also going to have it in the voice. The algorithm picks up the audio also. So the text to speech, it'll pick that up as well. So Joe Biden visit. And then probably throughout the week, we'll have Joe Biden visit Mayo, Joe Biden visit Ballina, Joe Biden visit Dundalk, Drogheda, wherever he's going. So those thinking about your strategy starts with the search engine optimization and doing your keyword research. And if I look at this here, there isn't a whole pile of content here, is there? There's that speaks massive opportunity to own this week on TikTok. So like Michael says, how do we grow our TikTok account, turn them into followers? iRadio should be all over this. He's going to the counties where you're broadcasting, and you should be asking your listeners to send you their clips from seeing President Biden. Are you going to his speech in Ballina? Did you get a ticket? Did you register with the US Embassy? Let us know and send us your clips. And then you could use what we call user-generated content to create a montage and a TikTok of President Biden's trip in Ireland. And maybe you haven't had a roving reporter in each county, but you're leveraging the platform of the station to make the ask to your listeners. And then you can talk about it. You can actually be live on air and then be live on TikTok and go, hey, here's 1 minute of Joe Biden's visit to Ireland from our listeners and our TikTok followers. Boom. So again, nothing is changing in the news landscape. How we do news isn't changing. It's the platform. Okay. What else is trending?
It's funny, Joanne, that you say now that we use it as a search engine, because even last night, Sunday, I went on to TikTok and I looked up lunch ideas because I was like, I'm preparing my lunch. So I was like, because I now prefer watching people make the videos rather than having to just read the whole instructions if I went to Google. So like loads of stuff like that, or even like, obviously I'm wedding planning now, so I'm looking up bridesmaid dresses because I like seeing the videos of them on other people, and that's going to take me to shops and stuff. So just like that, it's blown up now completely, because even I myself use it as a search engine more so. Even trips away in Ireland, cool places to stay, you get loads. So it's massive.
And also it's that third party affirmation piece. You're trusting people just like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they've already done it.
Yeah.
So let's take Lisa's inspiration, lunch ideas, and look, lunch ideas for work. So think about your local cafe, or you know a local hospitality business, or a chef. Yeah, look at all of these. Food talk is massive.
Yeah.
Look at the hashtag lunch ideas. What we're seeing here is we align the client and the brand with the audience, and then the creative is the middle piece. Isn't the creative always the sweet spot for a successful on-air campaign? That's always been the sweet spot, and that's what radio does brilliantly. You come up with the creatives, but now we're like, oh my goodness, TikTok is providing the insights. We put in a long tail keyword that's quite broad, and then we get ideas. So look at this, healthy lunch ideas for work. That's a whole new series of videos. So we have lunch ideas. There we have lunch ideas for working husband, easy lunch ideas for work husband, healthy lunch ideas for work. So when we have these search terms coming up, these are the most searched terms on TikTok, which in turn guarantees you reach and engagement. And then you align it with a brand. Okay. So let's think about a client that you have currently that's on air. And what I want you to do is to go into chat and put in the name of the client, maybe, or the sector that they're in. And let's just brainstorm some content ideas for them. Can be a station either. So let's think about one client. And then let's brainstorm a creative, what we might pitch them in terms of creative. Yeah, Shannon says home and garden equipment, very now coming into summer. We all want to like emigrate to the garden for the evening dinner. Yeah, brilliant. Okay. Hotels for weddings. Okay. Alcohol brands. Can we still touch alcohol brands? Yes, we can. On social, once we have the responsible drinking disclaimer. And let's have a look at what they're doing. Okay, is the rest?
So
Well, Michael.
Bailey's, Joanne, have a lot of money to spend around the Eurovision at the moment. They're the official drinks partner, and because they're a spirit, they can't advertise on FM due to the advertising restrictions. So I know that they're looking at other options, from, you know, homepage takeovers to live streams to whatever. So like that's a brand, say for example, that cannot go on FM. that has to go on social. So like you said, once you have the always drink responsibly, you're fine. And once you target your audience at 18 plus, when you are pushing it out as a promoted thing, you're fine.
And actually, doesn't TikTok sound perfect? Because we could be lip syncing our favorite Eurovision songs. Yeah. Okay, let's start, guys. The rest of you can put your brand in. We'll start with Shannon's home and garden equipment. So what we want to do here is, let's say it's Woody's, for example, or B&Q, but we want to go niche. Like, that's very broad. We want to lean into one area of home and garden equipment. So let's brainstorm garden furniture. Okay, so I'm starting to type out garden furniture, and it's saying garden furniture sets, garden furniture DIY, garden furniture ideas. Let's go there, because often it's the inspiration that we look for first. Then when we get the inspiration, we look for the product after that. So a really good TikTok strategy is to build out a series of videos for your clients. Try not be a one-hit wonder with your TikTok. Try and build out awareness, engagement, call to action. So that awareness piece should always be the inspiration piece. You grab them with the inspo, and then you engage them on detailing the product or the service. So garden furniture sets is what I want to have a look at. Okay, I'm like seeing lots of videos. And again, look, Aldi garden furniture, outdoor furniture on a budget. So now we're getting into the mind of the TikTok user, and it's telling us what they're searching for. So why should our content be a guessing game? Because that's the data. That's called data-driven journalism or data-driven creative. We use the data. Outdoor furniture on a budget. Yes, that's what I want. You can see that would work for Woody's, right? Okay, let's go to so these videos are simply just 2 to 3 second video clips along with imagery that's then edited together within the TikTok camera app, because that's what TikTok is. It's essentially a camera editing app that has effects built into it. Outdoor furniture.
Patio furniture. Here's a cushion that decided to run away with the wind and now it's gone. And here's the solution. It's under 20 bucks. It's these adhesive Velcro strips. They stick to any type of surface, and because it's Velcro, it's waterproof. You can also cut them to customize right to the shape of your furniture. Look how seamless this looks. You wouldn't even think that there's Velcro behind these pillows.
You add hack into your title at the end of your long tail keyword, you're onto a winner. It's all about the hacks. What also is kind of coming to mind here is this is where our influencers or our creators come in. You know, so a presenter, if you're not collaborating with an influencer in radio, can your presenter bring us into their back garden, you know, of the furniture? Because you want somebody presenting this and you want somebody who you can trust. You might also partner with an interior design expert. You might have an interior design expert on air. So you're now going to that interior design expert and you're saying, hey, we want to start doing TikToks. Let's collaborate. So we're turning your monthly on-air slot into a series of once weekly TikTok videos as well that you can then forward sell when they're on air. So think about the experts that you have on air and see if they can now be the front-facing expert in your TikTok videos. Okay, hotels and weddings. And again, we want to Irishize it. Best Irish hotels for weddings. wedding venue, Ireland. Okay, so you can see that I had to kind of refine my search to better understand what people were searching and how they were searching and the words and the language. So here we have Cabra Castles. This is UGC. And here we go. Look, cheap wedding venue ideas. But again, if you want to put Ireland in it. So if you're creating content for your clients, you got to put the location in the keyword.
Love you. Treat you right. I want to hold you.
It's not as expensive. Let's talk about it. If you're new here, I'm Cece. I have over 12 years of wedding industry experience and I post every single day, so follow along for more. Remember, before we get into the list, that traditional venues usually have a lot.
Listicles. What to look for in a cheap wedding venue or an affordable one. And again, now we have these creators who are presenters. They're presenting the content and they're doing listicle type information. So she goes straight in with the hook, how to find an affordable wedding venue. If you're new, my name's Cece and I am been working in the wedding industry for 15 years. Follow along for more tips. And then she goes into the value. So the hook, which is the title of the video, is the first thing that you say. And we all know a headline. Mr. Ogilvy says, when you write your headline, you've spent 80 cents out of your dollar, because most people will only read the headline. Same with TikTok videos. Most people will only look at the text overlay on the thumbnail and maybe they'll listen for the first 3 seconds. So you got to hook them in. But having presenters on TikTok is really important. And the more that I watch TikTok and the more that I think about what radio should be doing, the more I'm wondering, why can't you have more people who are subject matter experts create content for you if your presenters aren't going to do it? You know, that you have a lifestyle TikToker, a sports TikToker, I don't know, a travel TikToker, you know, all those lifestyle things that we're interested in, and you know, who's doing it? Because when you go into commercial campaigns, you are reliant on your presenter or maybe your street teams or your OB teams. But I just wonder, are there local people or people in your region that have a tribe that you could collaborate with, that would bring you their audience, create winning content for a client campaign, and also just help you grow your TikTok and your listenership? And I know I kind of take this up in every class and people are really nervous. Like for the Highland people on the team, like I'm watching Donegal Daddy and I am wondering why no radio station is not collaborating with him. And I know Michael because he used to work with me as an intern 12, 15 years ago in Donegal. And I don't know what money he's making, but I know enough on the outside to watch going, he's not tapped into his commercial potential. And there's a beautiful opportunity for a radio station to pick him up and go, why don't we just collaborate on commercial campaigns? And he gets a fee out of the client campaign, but he creates all the content. It already blows up, you know, with his TikToks. And there's people like that around the country who are like micro influencers who are not represented by agencies, who would only love the platform of aligning with a radio station. And, you know, again, he talks about family, cooking, being a stay-at-home dad, multiple brands that would be interested in him. And he has a set audience there. So I don't know. Kate, you know, I always ask this question. Always. What do you think?
I don't know either. I think there are definitely great potential synergies there. Sometimes I feel personally with presenters, they're reluctant to bring on a new presenter as they see, even though they're not a new presenter. And I think the collab option of maybe doing something on air with, say, I know we did something a while ago with a beauty person that would have been on in the evening show, and then collaborating around that. So they're doing their on air, I suppose they're doing their on air content, and then maybe the TikTok is the behind the scenes of the on air content or something like that. But I don't know. I don't know why. I'm only guessing from known some presenters. Maybe they are reluctant to take on another voice or another face to try and encourage people when they have voices and faces. But I totally understand what you're saying, that these people with voices and faces have a tribe that can come to our platforms. It is a difficult one.
Yeah, and I think it's the rules of engagement in terms of that commercial partnership, that they're not going to unseat a presenter. That's the ultimate fear, that they will unseat a presenter. And we've seen it happen. We've seen influencers get jobs in radio when trained broadcasters are missing out. You know what I mean? So I totally get it.
But like, look at Brian Dowling, like he's all over every social media platform, and there he is now doing his radio show, and that's amazing. Do you know what I mean? And that's, I'm really interested to see how that does pan out. For iRadio, I suppose everyone needs to be on brand as well, and you're looking at that age profile also. And 98 is obviously the same. I don't think we have anyone from that station on today, but it's interesting to see how that will come out. I'm really interested, and I think it's a great appointment for them to have him there, because he's so strong on social. Yeah,
and it's a necessity now, isn't it? It's an absolute necessity. It's like journalists should be all over Twitter. You know, they should be all over Twitter and, you know, reporting on the news, breaking news. But now journalists need to be on TikTok and doing their constructive journalism and their explainers. Presenters are creators. And in fact, as more people are hired into radio, do you not think that CEOs are going to be checking out their social footprint and their TikTok and their Insta and how versatile they are on their social? I think it's going to be a prerequisite.
We did actually do something that was very successful on we did, again, just for information, we did an iTeam activity, and there was an influencer there who I can't recall his, I don't know, he's into protein bars. Do you know what does that?
Is it the protein bar guy?
Yeah, and he turned up at an iTeam event, and they started giving him protein bars. And it went really well. Like, it was just something that we probably wouldn't have done before. And we used him then, the client delivered him, and then we used him on our own social activity. And definitely, I'm pretty sure it was on TikTok, because I think he has a big TikTok following. And he's since come to an event that we ran in Mullingar, because he's from that kind of area. So that's an example, I suppose, of a little bit of cross-pollination that did work well.
And was he deliberately invited to be part of it, or did he just show up?
No, he was invited by the client. The client delivered him to the event. The client wanted him there it was a men's clothing event, and the client wanted him there because he does have such a following. And then we used him on our platforms and said that he was here. Sorry, now I can't remember his name. He's got red hair. I was only looking at him the other day.
Protein bar guy, yeah. I can't remember his name.
James, yeah.
Thanks, Shannon.
Thanks, Shannon.
Does anyone else have an opinion on collaborating with TikTok influencers and radio?
Yeah, I think control of content and what's being said is very important. I think honesty, because obviously, like, as a station, we have our brand. We have to be very, very careful about people being honest and believable. Like I wouldn't believe that one CC, because she said she had 15 years worth of experience. She looks about 15. So, you know, that kind of being honest, being believable is really important, because it's recorded. It's going to be there. It's literally a history that's online that anybody can access. So the information that's put out has to be like 3 or 4 times, double check, triple check, making sure that it is, before it goes up online, that it is something that's not going to come back and bite us later.
Yeah, well, you would have editorial control when you're partnering with an influencer. You give them a brief, and any influencer worth their salt will be able to stick to the brief for sure. and then it's going up on your platform. So ultimately, one of your social media managers is going to publish it. Yeah. Kevin, what do you think about collaborating with local influencers in Donegal on commercial campaigns?
I suppose, yeah, it is of benefit. Like, as I don't kind of really work in sales or anything. I kind of come onto the stage like a presenter, I suppose, point of view, and see what could I do as an individual to try and kind of like grow my own or grow Highlands. Yeah.
If you watch what Donegal Daddy is doing with Daniel O'Donnell,
Yeah.
Absolutely massive.
Yeah, it is. Like, we would have done presenter on this here on Highland. David James would have done the karaoke, and kind of where the latest kind of Donegal Daddy kind of video came out of. So we'd have had people like Daniel O'Donnell, we would have had Mickey Joe Hart and different people like that there on, and they proved to be really popular and really successful. We'd have Nathan Carter and different people on.
Brilliant. Were they sponsored?
I think so. I think DMG Motors, I think, was sponsored for that.
Yeah. Has anyone seen the carpool karaoke Highland style? Let's have a look. David did a great job of these. And can you tell us, Kevin, if you know, was that developed for TikTok specifically?
Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would have been TikTok specifically, and obviously we would have shared it out then on other platforms as well.
So let me find one here.
What can I do for you? What can I help you?
What can I do for you?
Right, too.
Okay.
How can I help? I don't know the words.
Send you a shaker or something. Or a little yeah. Or a tangerine.
A tangerine? What's a tangerine?
So couple of things here. Again, shooting in portrait is definitely better for optimization. If it is sponsored by a client, include it in the hashtag. But again, we don't know, Kevin. I know you don't have all the insights on this. You're tagging Claudia Buckley. Yeah, you're hashtagging her, which is great. Carpool karaoke as well for you page. Fantastic. And then you've got the original sound behind it. I would always add a trending sound as well. That's one of the things that TikTok was born out of, was that musicality. So always, even if you have music, so you've got a piece to camera here, you've got the music from the car radio, and you also have the two people in the car, you can still adjust the volumes and have the trending sound behind. Always add trending sound. Let me see, are there other ones?
There's one there, Joanne. The middle one there, that guy, Eric Roberts, I think his name is. He's an influencer.
You've something on tonight, do you? I do, yeah. I'm actually hosting the premiere of Creed 3 for Warner Brothers now up in Dublin. So I'm heading up the road. Yeah, very exciting. It's great. It brings the following's brought a lot of opportunities, and I have no idea what I'll be doing this time next year, and that's what kind of excites me.
Yeah, this is Eric Roberts. I mean, I think he's from Carrigart, from where I'm from, but he just blew up his TikTok account, and going to Dublin to like present at a premiere. This is mad. And so
he's have 500,000 followers on TikTok.
Yeah. And these guys are but think about it. Where's the money going now? Where is that online video money going? It's going to these influencers, isn't it? So they're doing direct deals with the influencers. And I just think that there could be something in it at a local or a regional level to have a pool of people that you tag into. Oh, there's Mickey Joe. Yes, this one's off.
My God. 20 years ago.
Yeah,
That's it. I'm saying that one. She smiles under moonlight. This is great. I don't even have to sing.
Eurovision.
She touches her hair. That boy singing there. You're not better than me. It's all right. Anything else goes out.
Bailey should partner with Mickey Joe, right? For their Eurovision campaign.
You can see, Joanne, just in that video that DMG is on that.
Yeah.
They must have come on for maybe sponsored for a month, so many episodes.
Yeah. And again, adding the trending sound behind it.
Here's it up. Her love fills the air. I never listened to this.
David's very good at singing it. Very good. Yeah. So again, you know, these sort of campaigns, it's all about the fun factor, the visual nature, but there's massive opportunity in sponsorship. Massive, massive opportunity. And this was, oh, this is Daniel.
Okay, Daniel, so we're going to do a song. 1992, big year for Donegal.
Oh, listen.
Sam was at the top.
Sam was here.
Where were you?
I was on top of the pops.
Singing this. Right.
Same
Sing
week,
along.
you know.
Was it the same week?
Same week.
I wasn't even nearly around.
I don't want to be the one who hesitates. I'd be too shy.
Yeah, so you're thanking them there. So just again, consistency of how you deal with a sponsor on your video, the caption, the hashtag, you know, where their logo appears, perhaps maybe top right hand side, you know, as an overlay. It's kind of lost down here in the captions, but I mean, wonderful sponsorship for DMG Motors. I guess you were driving one of their cars. Yeah, so I hope there was a cash investment as well as the use of the vehicle, because what we don't want to start doing, guys, is taking that product placement and not getting the cash investment. You know, I mean, Daniel's a global star, and you know, it's a unique opportunity, and there could be a little bit of chat about the vehicle as well. You know what I mean? Dropping that in. So make sure with the product placement that you include the client and the brand and the product into the script. That be very, very subtle. You know, like Daniel said, this is a fine vehicle. You know, what are we driving? You're very subtle in the chit chat. So try and script that in. But real innovative, you know, and doing something that takes effort. Like that took effort to get him, to get David to set it up, to edit it. But brilliant. Is that a series continuing?
It is, yeah. I forget now who was on last. But yeah, they kind of try and maybe do it every month, or it's obviously something can be easy, obviously getting kind of people all the time. But yeah, I think kind of every month that's kind of the aim for it. We have to do one a month.
Okay. Let's go to Beat. And I just want to show you their account. And they have playlists, which are really, really important. And playlists give your followers a sense for, actually it's not Beat, it's FM 104. So Lisa, your Dublin's FM 104. Your TikTok account has the playlists. Can you see here? Top of their account, they've got playlists. So they've got the Strawberry Alarm Clock, so the breakfast show. They've got Buzz, which is entertainment news. Gigs, the Hit Mix, 10 to 3 with Emma, 104 Drive, Gera out of that. So really nice use of the platform to categorize and organize their content. So let's go into gigs.
Yes, and Billie Eilish tickets. Oh,
so it just becomes the news feed of all the TikTok videos. And what that gives you is legacy uplift. So when you organize your videos into playlists, it's like on Insta, you know, go into somebody's Insta account and go, "Ooh," and you start looking at all their photos and their videos on the grid. That's constantly bringing you new traffic, even if the video is old. So get your playlists together. Obviously, if you have playlists, you should have like more than one video. Don't create a playlist for like one video. And this is where I want you to start thinking strategically about what on-air content lends itself to TikTok. Now, you're not going to put the 9 to noon show on Highland as a playlist if you don't have clips. But that show, like every mid-morning show across Ireland, has gold. It has a political interview or community story or a heart-wrenching interview that people just want to go back and watch time and time again. So again, be strategic. Here we're designing what's going to be on our TikTok account. Let's have a look at this feature.
So coming up this week at FM104's Gear Up that.
Yep, it's a commercial campaign.
Frankie McNamara, who's
Sorry, my name is Meditation for the Anxious Mind. That's on my, excuse me, that's on my birth cert. Why are you laughing?
Another thing to point out here, a new kind of trend that we have on TikTok, look, they're calling their videos episodes. Episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, because it's the Netflixization again of social content, where it's in parts, and I can have episode 1. Has he got a second episode? No.
So coming up this week at FM104's Gear Up that.
There was only one there. So again, I might move that. Let's have a look at Emma's show.
What is the best song that could possibly come on the radio on a really hot sunny day? Windows turning off the house phone. Yeah. I came across a TikTok.
So again, the playlist is getting multiple views. This one got 2.3 million views.
This is a photo shoot.
Behind the scenes of a photo shoot. Is that announcing them as
Yeah, so they were, it was a new show that we got, so they were new presenters of the show.
amazing? 2.3 million views.
I think it was quite huge as well because they obviously came from our rival station as well. So a lot of people are fans of the guys anyways. So obviously they tuned in quite often then when they came over here.
Amazing. Okay. Macklemore in Dublin. Somebody was at the concert, took some footage.
Yeah, and the guys got interviews then as well with them separately too, which is good.
Yeah. So the footage, and listen, we've all been at the concert and done this, right?
Mm.
I got the clips for like 26,000 views. And then the interviews, less so. This one got.
So it's kind of, yeah.
That's the one. I mean, yep, bro. Fair play. Fair play. Yep, bro. Fair play. Gives a laugh. Gives a laugh means gives a laugh. Just make me smile. Gives that.
Yeah. So another opportunity, radio has access to performers, to gigs, to celebs. What are you doing to get them on your TikTok? And again, searching, if we search Macklemore on TikTok, we'll know what the most searched things. And if we have an opportunity to speak to him, let's ask him about that. So again, always do your keyword research. So important. Q&A.
Play FM 100 for 30-second quickie with me.
It is. How are you? Are you okay?
Yeah, nice example of turning the camera on in the studio.
Gorgeous.
So if you want to grow your TikTok account, you got to have a plan for it. How are we integrating on air onto TikTok? Presenters showing up throughout the day. Secondly, what are your playlists going to be? And this should be an illustration of the content that we're going to get. Thirdly, you want to think about TikTok only or TikTok first features that you can then bring in on air. Number 4, what subject matter experts do you have currently that are contributing to shows throughout the programming schedule? And can you extend that collaboration and say, we now want to do some content with you for TikTok? For absolutely sure you should be doing that. So who's got contributors on air right now? Let me know in chat. Have you got regular people coming in on air? Legal, financial, gardening, interior designer, beauty, health, well-being. It's the original contribution of radio, is having individuals. Oh, nature. Yeah. Are they doing anything on TikTok?
Not on TikTok. We just obviously stream it out. It's Around the Northwest, John Bresson's program. So Angus Kennedy from Nature Northwest, he comes in once a month, and it's just, you know, people might text in about different things, you know, from birds to animals, you know, all different kinds of questions.
All those questions that are coming in for Angus, get him to now answer them like this. So bring him in, and when he's there, can he not, somebody not hold the phone in the studio and go, now we're going to do it for TikTok, Angus? Keep him an extra 15 minutes. Try that. And then you can have your playlist, the nature spot.
Yeah.
You know, and test how it's going. And as well as the questions coming in from your listeners, also do a little bit of keyword research on TikTok. So if somebody says, I don't know, coming into bees and wasps season, you know, what can I be doing to encourage more bees in my garden? I don't know, pollination, whatever. Type that into TikTok and see what the most search terms are, and then just reframe the question for Angus. So you're guaranteeing reach and engagement. Is that slot sponsored? And again, apologies if you don't know this answer.
No, it's, as far as I'm aware, it's not.
Yeah, I would be getting all of these sponsored, you know, on air plus the TikTok, and then you've got it for Reels on Insta and Facebook and Shorts as well.
Yeah.
Shannon, you guys have a car expert, Bob Flavin. Tell us about that. Oh, we can't hear you. Do you want to change your mic setting? It's not coming through your headset. Cars get massive, have massive appeal, and the car industry is changing. Once a month. Oh, and he's a YouTuber. Oh my goodness. So hence why you have him in. And is he doing anything for TikTok? Oh, big opportunity here. A man comfortable in front of the camera. Yeah. Can we make it an action that we now turn that slot into a TikTok series? And if you think about it, every week, how long is he in studio? How long is his slot on air?
He's on air for about half an hour each month.
Half an hour of content. So what we got to do is we got to re-engineer that half hour. How many questions is he answering, right? Just write them down, and again, get him before he leaves and get him to answer those questions on mobile, portrait styles, and then add them to TikTok.
Yeah, we have that as a podcast as well, but for some reason we have it as a podcast, but we haven't looked at it really for TikTok, but we can do. I know he does his own YouTube stuff, so I didn't know if we were worried about doubling up.
Never worry about doubling up. We're thinking about the platforms. Yeah, so again, what you're doing is you're giving people an opportunity to listen on air and on podcast. People want to watch. What did Lisa say earlier? I want to watch.
Yeah.
Search, I want to watch. So that's an action that you should definitely take. And again, is that sponsored by anyone? You get a dealership on there?
It is sponsored. It's already sponsored because of the podcast and everything as well. 'Cause it's 2 like 10-minute slots that he's on for, but takes up half an hour.
Yeah, this is low hanging fruit. And then you've got the upsell now to the TikTok. Okay, and we'll talk about packages after our break and how you price them. But that's definitely an upsell for sure.
Great, thank you. We definitely will have a look at that. Thanks so much.
Very good. Anyone else got experts on air? iRadio has a dating expert. Don't you have, what's her name?
Yeah, Louise, in fairness, does have a number of experts that come on regularly on her show, The Hub. It's probably the only show that we have that does have conversational pieces. And I'm not quite sure whether they're monthly or weekly, depending, I suppose, on what's kind of happening. Obviously, somebody be on about dating around Valentine's Day. It's not specifically featured or sponsored. I think it's down to Louise. I know we did do some sponsored activity. One of the other, Elaine did, one of our other reps did some activity with a pet store, and that was sponsored, and they came on every month for a period of time, and then they got sponsorship of the activity. And I'm pretty sure that it's something, they did do social activity, but I don't think it was of the interview. So the interview was one piece of the pie, and then there was other activity in store, because they wanted to, I suppose, show the in-store functionality of what they have in stores as well. So that was a specific planned campaign. Yeah, I must say to Louise, I know Louise would have some, but I think a lot of it is unstructured for a reason, if you know what I mean.
Exactly, because she wants it to be timely, right? And what people are talking about.
Yeah. And because it's the only show that we have that is talk led, it's a difficult one to pin down a weekly or a monthly. It's kind of not, it's not what the show is about either.
No, but I wonder if it just could have an ongoing sponsor, because it's talk led, where you have a hotel group or a retail group.
I know she has some pieces within that were sponsored before, and then the show has been sponsored in the past as well. But yeah, there definitely could be opportunities there.
Sure. Okay. Let's take a 15-minute break. So I will pause the recording. So when it comes to TikTok for sales and we're commercializing our TikTok content, we always want to go to the client with a clear plan, but also asking the right questions. Everything on social media has 3 core objectives: awareness, engagement, or conversion. Okay. There's a 4th layer, which is loyalty or advocacy. But for the purposes of this, and TikTok as a new digital product, we're going to stick with awareness, engagement, and conversion. Do not be afraid to have these conversations, because if you have clear conversations early doors, it will help manage expectations at the end. There is no guarantee how well a video is going to do. And I would imagine that's where there's a level of nervousness around selling TikTok, because could get 200 views and it could flop. One that you did 2 weeks ago could get 20,000 views. So in order to manage expectations, we start off with these questions. First one is, what do you want to achieve by using TikTok and partnering with this station? Okay, that's the first thing. And you ask the direct question: is it awareness of your brand to a new audience, a hard to reach audience, or a youth audience that you believe is on TikTok? You'll also want to have your TikTok demographics available to them. So you should be able to tell them, well, we have X number of 18 to 24-year-olds. Here's our average monthly view rate. Here's our average monthly reach. So just like your JNLR, you have your TikTok analytics together and to hand for the pitch. Audience engagement then. So we know with reach is the potential number of people, or the actual number of people who have seen your video. That's reach. Very transparent. Engagement then is a more meaningful metric, and it's kind of like a like, a share, a save, or a comment. And then of course we have a view through rate. So how much of the video did people watch? So all of those metrics are important, but you got to understand the business and the marketing objectives. It's the first line of questioning that you need to do. And then finally, what are the conversion objectives? So a conversion is an action. What action do you want people to take? So DMG Motors, Daniel could have said at the end of that Highland Radio carpool karaoke video, I'm off now for a test drive of the new, I don't know, Hyundai Ioniq 4. You know, who else wants to get one? You know, click in the link in our bio or send DMG Motors a DM. So it can be subtly scripted in to the creative, but make sure you ask the client, what do they want to get? They just don't want to be on TikTok for the sake of it. You have to have strategic goals. And then the KPIs are the key performance indicators. These are very difficult to promise on, okay? You can't promise on reach, video views, or engagements. And you're introducing maybe a new brand to a new audience on a new platform for the first time. So say that to the client, saying, we don't know how this is going to go, but by partnering with us for this month, for this campaign, we now have a benchmark. So if we do it again, which is what you want to do, you want to have the long-term relationship, is now we have a benchmark. And the first entry in should be a test and learn campaign. It probably should just be awareness to start off with. Maybe a call to action if it's a competition or something, great prize, they can work really well. But remember what I said earlier, when you're building out your videos for your clients, I would never just do one video. I would at least have 3. The first one being the inspiration video. Yeah, that awareness piece. The second one being the engagement with the product, the brand, or the service. And then the third one maybe having that call to action, and title it episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, put it in a playlist. So let's not just kind of shoot one and go. I love the Highland effect of having the carpool karaoke, and it was a series, you know. So yeah, have the conversations with the clients. For those of you who are engaging with clients on TikTok, what sales conversation are you having at the start? So it seems that Highland are doing a, you know, you're on air. How about the upsell of getting some visibility, behind the scenes awareness on TikTok? It's really nice. It's a really commonsensical approach, but it's really smart as well. On air, and then that visual nature, really good.
I did something recently with a client. Again, it was more content based. And we did a reel, and there was definitely activity required on TikTok as well. So we had a conversation about, you know, making sure that there was decent social taken. And we went up and took the social and then ran it, and it was fresh social. It wasn't social that we had ran before, around this kind of initiative, which was one of the girls going for her driving test. So they sent her out on track. So I think that kind of engaged. There was, again, it wasn't a revenue driver at all, but it was specifically taken content to go on social. So I suppose when we're talking to our clients about social, it's the full suite of social, as opposed to just on one and not on the other, but mainly Instagram and TikTok now, because you're taking reels. I find that getting the fresh content and getting content that's actually made for the initiative or for the campaign is the secret there. You don't want to be putting something together that's like someone might have seen a bit of it before. So we did do that actually quite recently, and that's up on our TikTok, which was some activity with Mondello. And
that's an original, and also an original creative for the campaign. 100%. Because you'd rarely go to a client and go, oh, you have that radio ad from last year, well, we just pull it out. You don't do that.
Yeah,
creative.
Agree.
Actually, let's have a look at that. Can we have a look at that Mondello?
Yeah, it's on. I just saw it there earlier, actually.
Yeah, it's our radio. Let me share. So this was a value added piece. To the campaign.
Correct.
Okay.
So
Yes,
there's a, I think it's a little further down. I thought I saw it there.
and can I just say as an observation on this account, look at the text overlay, so important.
Yeah, it's very clear. It's just actually the 50 sausage rolls is the one I was talking about that the client was loving that I did last week.
Where's
It's only
the sausage rolls? Oh, here, look. Oh my goodness, it went viral.
Yeah. That was, again, that's how he said it to me, how he was so happy.
You're getting me in the mood for a sausage roll now after this and a cup of tea.
Hi, can I get 2 sausage rolls, please? 50 sausage rolls, just €2. Yeah, I'll take them. Can I get 2 sausage rolls, please? 50 sausage rolls, just €2. Yeah, I'll take them. Hi, can I?
So this is
What I love about that is getting the client involved as well.
Yeah.
It's super short, so it's so easy. Yeah. So sorry, the other thing is actually just underneath it, a little bit down, it's Mandela.
this one.
Probably because we're
Paul Byron. Actually, that one well.
probably because we're better looking than him as well.
We're here on the streets of Tullamore asking people to rate our crocs. Whose are nicer, mine or Miho's? Ella. Oh, they're just more colourful. No, I like them ones.
Coca-Cola.
Oh my God, it's a tie.
This design is so much nicer though, yeah.
Practical. Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, more colour. Yours. Yeah, yours. So yeah.
Why?
More colourful.
You can see those
Colourful,
boys wearing
yeah.
Crocs.
Ooh, and Miho's smiley faces on it too.
I know, but mine have Coca-Cola on it.
But smiley faces are smiley faces.
But mine are.
So this is the typical Vox pop, right? That you turn into a TikTok and you ask people on the street, product placement. She's got the bag, brand new creative Crocs, and like 14,000 views. Client must have been delighted with that.
Yeah, that was one that was done all one morning and then it was ran out over 3 days. So they took the content, were fully briefed as to what was required, and they went out onto Tullamore, onto the street and asked about it. So it was, again, done in such a short period of time, but elongated time online.
Yeah, seeded out. Batch produced the content, seeded out. And is Paul Byron, have he opened up a new store in Tullamore, or is it?
No, I think he has new Crocs. So that's why it was just chosen to go to Tullamore, and they paid for the content.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, where's the Mandela one?
So sorry, it's called Mandela Slay. I think it's just a little bit further beyond all that. Keep going. There it is. See where annoying sounds, Mandela Slay.
Yeah. Slay Queen.
Okay, so talk to us about this before I play it.
So the Dave and Fanula were looking for some activity. Ella was coming in and producing with them, and she was doing her driving test. So they had this idea of doing an on-air feature where she was going to Mondello to learn how to drive because she's a crap driver kind of thing. And she was going to learn everything she needed to know on track for her test. So this was pieced with some on-air activity. And then the video as well. So this is the video that they went. So this is what I was speaking about, getting the actual proper content, not making up that somebody's in there, just going and actually doing it. And the guys went on track and did that.
Welcome to Mandela Park.
You see me behind the wheel now, my hands will be like slipping off because I'll be sweating so much of fear.
Chill out, bro.
Yeah. Play vibe.
No, I don't really get it.
I don't know hard. This.
Just the light bulb.
Hey Queen, we're about to parallel park, okay?
That's right. That's right.
Said I wouldn't, and you said I couldn't, and I went and did it. I'm able for it. It's the highway.
She's got her lapel mic too, so your equipment, always making sure that your audio is audible.
Yeah, and she was in a car which had back seats, so we were able to get more than just her in the car.
Say that again.
So they were originally trying to say, could she go into a Formula One car? And obviously we couldn't do that because she's now doesn't have a license. So she went into one of their early drive cars, and then we were able to get in behind her and in front of her. So actually there was just an awful lot more content used just to get close in beside her, as opposed to trying to get her from a distance, whatever. Yeah, I think it worked out really well.
Yeah, really good. But look at the consistency in the text overlay here. Yeah, so these are like the TikTok branded text boxes that you can put on your video, and I'll show you how to optimize when we get to you thinking about your clients. Okay, good. So let's think about a client, and we're going to create a pitch. I wanted, some of you put ones in earlier, so think of an existing on-air client. You're going to develop a TikTok pitch. You got to think about what is the product or service you're promoting and what are the goals and the KPIs, and then we can get into the creative. Okay, and then we're going to price it and package it. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes because I'm generous. 5 minutes to just answer those questions, and then we'll develop the pitch together. And I'll just sit here if you've got questions. And if you want to think of the creative, you can, but not necessarily, because it's hard to do it in 5 minutes. And we can go with the ones that you put in chat earlier. If you didn't put one in chat, you can think of one. Remember, the goals and KPIs are awareness, which is reaching a new audience, an existing audience, a specific audience. Engagement, so they engage with the content in some way. And then a call to action, a conversion. So let's have awareness, engagement, conversion. And the conversion could be DM, click a link, follow us. So Lisa's client is the biggest 90s disco, promoting a festival in June. Goals, sell tickets for the festival. Great. And Lisa, so because you've gone straight for conversion, you're also going to do awareness and engagement. Even if you've got a call to action conversion, you also have awareness and engagement. So you're going to say that to your client as well, because you can't have a conversion without awareness and engagement. So include those two. Love it. And it's perfect for TikTok. Perfect. Kate's got a credit union who wants to promote their mortgages. Yes, increase the fact that a credit union offers mortgages. Give comparison rates. That's the nice engagement factor there. Note the bond of the client. The call to action, go to the mobile website to apply. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. The bond area. Yes, exactly. They've got a geographic area, right, that they can only operate in. Mary Nicole, Castlecomer Discovery Park, raise awareness of their outdoor activities, get engagement on the interactive content, and then get more visitors and bookings for their activities. Brilliant. Okay. Shannon says the Burr Air Show, promoting the show in August, the goal to buy tickets. Brilliant, Shannon. And again, like Lisa, you will be raising awareness of the show. The fact that it's coming in August might be the first time there or the first time back after COVID, getting engagement on the content, and then ultimately buy tickets. Okay. Michael says Ombudsman for Children annual children's talk event. Yeah, looking to get speakers. So you're doing a call out for speakers. I love it. So again, you'll be raising awareness about what the event is, why young people should care, and then ultimately to get speakers. Okay, great. Let's have a look at the metrics then. So your KPIs are going to be here. At the end of the campaign, this is what you're going to be reporting on. Obviously, ticket sales or number of speakers, that's a conversion in its own right. And a little tip, if you are driving links to the mobile credit union site, to the air show, to the festival, the biggest disco, what you might want to do is to use a unique link in your bio. You know, you've got a link in your bio on TikTok, and like Burr Air Show might be burrairshow.ie/tickets. What you might want to do in order to track how many clicks that your TikTok is bringing, you might want to do Bitly. Bitly is free. I'm sure you know about it. Let me log into my account. I use the free version. We just finished a PPC campaign for a client and we created Bitly accounts. We could track everything. So it's app.bitly.com. So if there's a link click built into your campaign, use Bitly. And you can see here, I've got all of my my links, and it also gives you a QR code as well. So you can even have the QR code as an image overlay on your TikTok video, and you can actually count how many clicks are coming in. So these will be a unique link that is only used on your TikTok bio to drive people to click. Okay. So how you create it? Create a new link. Put in the link. Give it a title because you know what the campaign name is. So again, driving blog visits perhaps, or you might say Burr Air Show TikTok campaign so that you'll know when you go back in. You can always customize it. So let's call it a TikTok blog or something and create. So it has to be available. So there you go. So if I want to, if one of my goals in my TikTok account is to drive more people to my blog to read my other content, then I'll be using this link and then I can track. And so, and what I don't do is I don't share this link on Instagram and on Facebook and on Twitter, because maybe I want to track what clicks TikTok is bringing. That makes sense? So if you have a link click as a conversion in your campaign, use Bitly to create a unique link, because oftentimes your clients aren't going to have UTM tracking set up on their website, are they? To give you the detail of what link clicks they got. So you can take back a little bit of control here on this one. So if you get 300 link clicks, amazing. If people only convert and there's 30 tickets sold, you still drove them to the website. Okay, so you have your events, you have your clients. So again, if you haven't put in the name of your client, put in the product or the service that you're promoting, and put in the goals. Yes, so back to the metrics. Here is what you will be reporting on at the end. So the number of plays that your video had is going to be an awareness metric, as is reach, the number of accounts, the number of people, unique people that saw your video, that is awareness. So they're your awareness metrics. When you're going back to the client and you're going, you wanted awareness, engagement, and a click as a conversion. Here now are the results. So you give them the awareness metrics, which is reach and plays. Then you give them the engagement metrics, which is average view time, likes, comments, shares, saves, the view rate, the viewing time, so the average view time. So if you have a 30-second video, is the average view time 7 seconds. So these are all engagement metrics. And the engagement metrics prove that not only did they see it, but they stopped. Okay, because again, the TikTok newsfeed is just swipe, 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 swipe right through. Then the conversion metric is that call to action. Did they get more followers on their TikTok during the campaign? Was that a call to action? Are you tracking link clicks using Bitly? Or did people slide into your DMs? You know, so for example, maybe there's 100 VIP tickets to that festival available. First 100 people to DM us with VIP or tag a friend, tag 2 TikTok followers and write VIP, you will get a VIP ticket for the price of standard ticket. You know, so a way to convert. So don't just do a TikTok video and go, yeah, we're going to do a TikTok video and let's hope it gets views. Be a bit more strategic, and that will help you with the creative as well. Because if there's scripting to be done, that subtleness throughout it, it will help. Okay, so now we want to build out the campaign and we want to price it. So you got to think about the type of videos that you're going to do and how you are going to build the creative into it. So let's think about it here. So awareness was the first goal. So if you're thinking about your client here, and you can just unmute for this part, what would be the inspiration? Where would be the starting point of thinking about inspiration for the awareness video? We're going to do 3 videos for each client. Remember what I said we would do at the beginning when we're looking for inspiration content? The first thing we would do is we would do our SEO, right? So let's go into TikTok and I want you to search what your ideal client might search for in TikTok relating to your client's brand. And I'll share my phone too. Okay, so let me go into chat and I'm going to do some searching. Mary Nicole. I'm having brain freeze. What county is Castlecomer in?
How dare you, Joanne? It's in Kilkenny.
Kilkenny.
Thank you and sorry. I just had to admit it because there's nothing coming to my head.
Where's Kilkenny?
Things to do in Kilkenny.
No, Michael, that's mean.
Okay, things to do in Kilkenny. Okay, there you go. So again, we're going to TikTok for the keyword research first to get inspiration for the creative, and we're also going to optimize this. Okay, other searches, fun places to go in Ireland. There you go, Mary Nicole, activities, yeah? So outdoor activities in Ireland, and then you could pull them into Kilkenny, right? Things to do in Waterford City. Okay, let's put an outdoor. So this is the first thing we do is we do our keyword research. Fun things to do in Kilkenny, Ireland. Okay, so that seems to be a common one, fun things to do. Best way to see Kilkenny. Kilkenny things to do. And here we have a listicle, 5 things to do. 5 cool bars that you can visit in Kilkenny. Okay, so you're going to start with your inspiration content. So the brand awareness is probably a behind the scenes, yeah? And maybe it's 5 activities to do at Castlecomer Discovery Park. 4 children, 4 families. Again, you're going niche. You're tapping into it. Okay, then we're going to the biggest 90s disco. So let's search for festivals in Ireland. Here we go. I could spell. There we go, first result. Festivals in Ireland 2023. You got to use that because you've got a big audience there. because they're already searching it.
Mhm.
So that's where I would start. And then we have, how else might we add a keyword into that?
You could be a bit more specific on the area that it's in, which is Kildare or Dublin.
Yeah.
That specific one is in Kildare. And I know they do have quite a following on TikTok already themselves, but
There we go. Yeah. look,
that's it there. Yeah.
they're coming up. They're owning TikTok for that,
Yeah.
which is great news.
Yeah.
So you want to piggyback on that. And again, if they had some footage that was portrait.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Instead of having A, B, C.
Okay. So that's the awareness piece. Now we're going to mortgages. Did you put in a keyword, Kate? Oh, we can't hear you.
I put in credit union mortgages Ireland. It seems to be what do you need to apply, tips for applying, red flags, that kind of stuff.
Brilliant. Yeah. Yeah, look at this. And
There's
there's that
loads.
guy.
Yeah.
There's this guy who's one of my case studies, Ask Paul, coming up. Yeah. Okay. So again, we're using the questions that the users are putting into TikTok to create content that we know will get engagement. Okay, then we're going to the Burr Air Show. So again, what might we put in here? Let's put in Burr Air. Has it ever happened before? Yeah, there you go. Pass. That's a Bray Air Show.
No, I don't think they've used TikTok or anything like that before, but they had it last year.
Okay, so it doesn't have any footprint.
But yeah, because of kind of having all those bits in it, we want to do it well. I'm really going there. So if you say 700.
You're talking to us, Sharon. Bray Air Show. Okay.
I'm not sure if my audio is working.
Because it would be quite slow.
Just get back, Sharon.
Can you hear me? Sorry, I'm not sure if I can actually hear me.
Yeah, if you wanted to start.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah, so they had the event last year, but they don't have a TikTok or anything right now. So it's something that we'll possibly look into for them because we're going to be managing socials for them as well.
If you want to do
for sure, absolutely. You can see the Bray Air Show's got lots of footage.
Yeah.
You
can develop the content.
So yeah, 700.
Okay, and Michael, what did you put in to search for your ombudsman event? Oh, they're on TikTok.
I charge you a promoted perspective of the play follow. What?
Is there a name on the event? Annual Children's Talk event. Get children's rights. Not really. It's very niche, isn't it? Look, Wikipedia, total search engine. The Wikipedia explanation for the Ombudsman's Office for Children is coming up on TikTok.
It's called Child Talks 2023.
Okay. Yeah, nothing's coming up.
No.
It doesn't have a footprint. So again, the hashtag children's rights. Yes, there's UNICEF coming up. And there's the Ombudsman for Children coming up, this one. Yeah.
Yeah, they've only got 111 followers on their channel. Yeah.
And as a conversation, like who's talking about it. But what you want to do here is talk about the event, raise awareness of the event. Then you want to do your call out to get engagement. And then you want to add the link where people can nominate themselves or send us a DM, you know. And you probably want to be specific about the topics potentially that you want the young people to talk about. So maybe calling out those topics would be a good idea on that as well. And this would be a really good test of TikTok versus something like Twitter versus something like Instagram versus something like Facebook. Because in Facebook and Instagram, you might get the parents or the teachers who then might make the nomination or the suggestion. But yeah.
How do you do that? Because obviously we can't really directly target engage with anyone under 18 as well. So that's where I was shying away from it. One, I wouldn't be the biggest person with regards to knowledge in TikTok, hence why I'm on this. So how do you say we go back to a client and say, okay, look, we've got you on, you're doing your run on air. How then you go back and say, right, well, you know what, we'd like to start thinking about TikTok as well, or is that something that they've thought about as a way of engaging, and how would they go about it? How do you start a conversation with a client who doesn't have much of a footfall on that channel?
Yeah, well, basically you say, I see you're on TikTok. I assume that you want to grow it. We have X number of thousands of followers. The age profile of our followers is A, B, and C. And we think that we can turn the on-air campaign into a visual campaign for TikTok. And here's what we suggest, and go with the creative concept right away, you know. So, you know, the top 3 issues for children right now in Ireland are A, B, and C. And then we're having this event coming up and we're looking for young people. So are you a teacher? Are you a parent? Are you a youth community leader? Do you know a young person that could contribute? And that could just be the ask, and then click on the link in the bio for more.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so building out your campaign then. The awareness is the inspiration piece. And you got to do your keyword research, and you got to define your video hook, which is the title. What works really well for those type of awareness videos are listicles, the 5 ways, the 3 things, the top issues right now. Those are really, really good. You're mixing the listicle with the keyword research, you're onto a winner, okay? E.g. a listicle. So you can now write down your own hook, your own title, and put it in a listicle if that's relevant. Also within the awareness video, who's the face of the video? If I'm thinking about the children's event, I would love 3 children or young people between the ages of 11 and 17 to be in that video. You know, can we borrow some children of our people in our office? HSE do that all the time. They're like always have like children of their comm staff because they give permission. So again, if it's children and you have permission, they should be voicing it. It's about children's rights, not an adult. You hand the phone over. So again, you could have 3 children or 3 young people just voicing the campaign. And actually, it could be tweaked from the radio script. So you already have the radio script approved. So what is the messaging in that? Take it over, but you need some visuals. B-roll. Do we need B-roll for our are video. So B-roll are the clips in between the pieces to camera. So again, you'd ask the client, do you have access to video clips, you know, footage, and you want it to be portrait? And if you're not going out to shoot, like this event hasn't happened, you might want to get stock videography. And a place where you can get stock videography is from Canva. So you're all probably familiar with Canva, right? Yeah. So Canva now have stock videography as well as stock imagery. So you can download that. So if I go in to videos, into my Canva account here, so you can see here, I click on videos. And let's put in youth. So now I have video templates here. Some people are actually creating TikToks on Canva now. The youth one isn't great. But again, it's almost like a video, an event video. So again, you could have the image of the event, add the date. You've got some animation here. You've got a TikTok video. So a bit of a workaround. Obviously, real human beings in a TikTok video get far more engagement. Also, I would get, again, the Ombudsman for Children's Office, I would ask the CEO to record a video or record a clip in it as well. And so you script it like you script a radio ad. Yeah. Speaker 1, speaker 2, speaker 3. What's the link to the audio? Do we need some B-roll? The engagement piece, this is where you introduce the uniqueness of the brand. So again, we had Ella from iRadio learning how to drive at Mondella Park. So again, it's that creativity built into it. If I'm thinking about the 90s biggest disco, I'm probably seeing presenters from your radio station actually having a dance off, yeah, to a 90s tune. And they could be in studio, and this is where you turn the camera on in the studio. And you could actually turn it into a TikTok challenge and ask people to actually duet with you. Yeah. Win tickets for them and 7 of their friends. And maybe an overnight or whatever. Okay. So again, bringing the station and the brand together would be perfect. If I'm thinking about the Burr Air Show, do they have footage from last year? Go and get it off them, try and cut it in, because that's going to tell the story for sure. In terms of the mortgages, I think we need a trusted person from the credit union.
I was thinking, because it came up about tips and red flags and stuff like that, maybe then have a mortgage person saying that, as opposed to like our presenter or our team would be the person interviewing them. But obviously it's done in a really fun way to try and grab attention, maybe with some animation behind it. Yep. But that the actual client comes on as a trusted source. And then it's obviously can be it can be run on theirs as well, and they can be tagging that. That would kind of what I was thinking, with some animation behind it.
Absolutely, or green screen. You know,
yeah.
Here's the form to apply. It'll take you, if you've got all your documentation, you know, upload it here, or again, even just to request a meeting or whatever, have the screen behind you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then your conversion is your call to action. And you're tracking link clicks. Maybe you're asking for followers, or potentially you're asking for a DM or tag a friend. So having had the conversation about what the client wants, managing their expectations, you then are developing the video series on the back of that and try and upsell a 3-part video. You can batch produce the video, the content in one sitting. It could be an hour out and about, an hour at the premises, or if somebody's already in the station doing the nature slot, just grab them at the end. Okay. But don't be afraid to add in a call to action. It's test and learn. And don't be afraid to use that language, because everything in the world of digital, when it's new, a new client, a new platform, it's test and learn that we use. And it's the first campaign. You might want to be a little keener on your pricing if you're brand new to selling this as a digital product, because you need to build up a library of case studies also. Okay. So thinking about, is it presenter led or is it client led? In the iRadio 50 sausage rolls, it was both. So you can do both also. Okay. So these are things you need to think about when developing the video. The other thing that we want to add here are unique TikTok features. So we've got trending sounds, we have effects, and we'll have a look at those now. We've got text overlay, we've got our SEO in terms of our captions, our hashtags, our thumbnail text, and the text in the script. And then we could do duets, if that was relevant. Okay, so let's go back to TikTok and let's think about putting your video together and what features you might use.
CW is the UN's Women's Rights Conference. I was lucky to attend the opening of the event before heading to.
Okay, so thinking about the features that you want to use.
Nobody.
So let's go here.
Why are all concerts at stadiums, and why are they?
So this is the green screen effect. So what you're doing is you're using a picture or a video behind you to tell a story. Okay, she's talking about how expensive concert tickets are, and she's a reporter. So again, Burr Air Show, biggest 90s disco. What else have we got? A mortgage calculator or online mortgage application form. All of that using the green screen effect behind you will increase views 10 times more than just a normal piece of camera. So using the effect where you can is best.
It's so expensive. If you've noticed, you're seeing your favorite artist in a.
Another tip here It's the short, sharp cuts and the different angles. Let's watch this video again. She had two short sentences, but they were two separate clips.
Why are all concerts at stadiums? And why are they so expensive? If you
First sentence, okay?
Well, no, it's gonna why are all concerts at stadiums? And why are they so expensive?
That was the first one. So the first clip is one sentence. So when you're scripting, you don't record everything in 30 seconds. You say one sentence and you stop.
If you've noticed, you're seeing your favorite artist in a
Now she's lost the green screen and she's just got a different background.
Field or a football pitch rather than your local arena, you're not alone. In 2022, Wembley
again, the third sentence has gone as another clip and she's got another green screen.
Stadium hosted as many gigs as it did football matches and over 1.3 million tickets.
Animation here. Now, this looks like it was probably done in Premiere Pro and post-production, but again, what you could add is you could get the ticket animation sticker within TikTok and add it here.
Sold for these events. Demand is so great for Beyonce's tour this year.
It's just stock photo of Beyonce. So when you are scripting your TikTok video, you need to script each frame. Okay? So the first frame is the hook of the video. You've got 3 seconds. You write each sentence in your script as a cut, as a video cut, and you move the angle. So you start here and then you go here, then you walk and talk. So it's short, sharp movements, and that's to keep the engagement, to get a higher view through rate. You add stock imagery or stock video through the green screen, and you always add your trending sound. Obviously, if you have footage that is relevant to the event or the product, use that. Okay. So go ahead and just shoot some footage on your phone. Go and get something for a green screen. So let's get a news story, or just get a photo of like a mortgage calculator, get a photo of a 90s disco, get a photo of Burr Air Show, go to Google and get it. And then what I want you to do is record a couple of clips of you talking about the event. So you're going to pretend you're the creator. So what I want you to do is to record 4 sentences. Just make it up. Okay. Just make it up and start with the hook. So you've done your keyword research and you know from your keyword research what the hook is. Here are 5 of the top activities at Castlecomer Discovery Park. Here's how to get a mortgage quote application in 5 steps. So you're straight in with your hook on the back of your keyword research. Then you've got 3 other points that you want to record. And you do those first on your phone and you keep them short, 1 sentence at a time, and then get some imagery from Google. And you want to save all of that on your camera roll. So record first, record out of the app first, and make sure that you have your video and you have any photos that you need for your green screen. And then I'll show you how to put it together in a TikTok. So let me give you a couple of minutes for that. Use your phone. So use Google on your phone and record the short clips. I won't make you show them to me. It's just for the purposes of understanding. Okay, so let me share my screen and I'm going to do the 90s party. So we're going to go to the plus symbol and the camera opens. And you've got effects down here. So because the green screen is the last one that I used, I can see it, but you can also, if you don't see green screen effect, go to the magnifying glass and type in green screen, and then this will come up. So that gives you the green screen effect. So it allows you then to upload content from Giphy. So that's your stock library, Or you can see here that it's giving me content from my camera roll. So here is the 90s disco party poster that I got off Google. And you can see that I am now appearing on the screen, and I can pinch and zoom myself, which is amazing. Imagine if I could do this in real life. And I can move myself across the screen. So now I can do a little piece to camera, and I can tell everybody about the biggest disco party happening. We have 10 VIP tickets to give away to this, the biggest 90s party happening in Ireland this year. If you want to go and have front row seats, accommodation, and bring 5 of your friends, go and click on the link in our bio. Obviously, I ran out of time. So again, just using a green screen. And now I want to add my audio. Add my sound. So let's put in a 90s tune. Which one is it? Not this one. Okay, so we have our audio here. And then I can go to volume control. So here earlier we saw Kevin's video. It had original audio, but I want to pull up my original audio and pull down my added sounds. You want to go to 7 or below, which means you'll still bring 5 of your friends. Go. We have 10 VIP tickets to give away to the biggest 90s party happening in Ireland this year. If you want to. So edit your cover. So you see iRadio had lovely consistent covers. So you want to add your text here. Biggest 90s disco. Oh dear. June 2023. So again, we've got the keywords here. We can put this here because I don't have an optimized image. So you always select your cover and edit it with your text overlay. Add in your caption. Add in your hashtags. Again, just following the SEO. At mention, so if there is an account that you can tag, do it here. And if you want to practice with your videos, you can publish it to only me until you get confident, or you can publish it to everyone. Allow comments toggled on, allowing duet, which means that some people can actually copy your video and it'll split the screen. Allowing a stitch means that they can take a little bit of your video out and use it in their own. And then you can post. So the optimization comes in the script, the caption, the hashtags, and also the text overlay that you put on your cover. And that will fully optimize it. And then you'll be found in the search engine that is now TikTok, okay? 3 videos, awareness, engagement, conversion. Look for footage from the client if they have it on file. If not, batch produce it with original footage. Come up with a creative hook that links the brand with the audience and the call to action, and use TikTok's features, the trending music, the green screen, adding filters, stickers, text, whatever. But test and learn. Test and learn is key. I know some people have had to jump off. We've gone a little bit over. But what I would encourage you to do is go and work on a TikTok campaign for the next client that you want to upsell to. And if you want to, come back to me with your concept, your ideas, or your pitch, then I'll have a look at it for you, especially when it comes to the monetary value. For each station here, your pricing will be different because you'll have, it's based on your TikTok following, okay? Your pricing based on your TikTok following You all have different followers. Also, your pricing on the market and the potential reach, a local station versus a regional versus a national is going to be different. But Kevin, you can take it back to your sales team. I know Corinne was meant to be on this. She couldn't make it today, but maybe kind of share it with her, put something together and price it up. And I'll happily look at prices for you guys, because I know every station will be different. Please don't give it away for free. That's the one thing that I would ask. Try and do an upsell, even if it's keen at the beginning. And I need you to complete the survey for Teresa and for Learning Waves. So I'm going to put it in chat. If you can take 2 minutes, that would be cool. Before you jump off, just do it now. I'll follow up the others who had to jump off.